Welcome to the third Festive Celebratory Zen Tangle. For this, you will need art journal or paper, your flare pen, preferably the black one, ruler or a straight edge, and most importantly, patience, time, and perhaps some good creative music that you like to listen to. So this one I shot the video a different way, so you should be able to see it a little bit more close up. I did use a straight edge and I just made a bunch of lines. And then I just started drawing. I thought, oh, maybe I'll make a tree. And then my tree was super wavy. So it wasn't really a tree anymore, so much as a bunch of lines. In this one, I go much more detailed with my Zen Tangle. This one took me over 3 hours to do. It sped up really, really fast. But it's an example of how detailed you can go with Zen Tangles and how you can do little tiny lines. This was very fun. This was very fun. I didn't do it all in one sitting because I don't often have 3 hours to sit and do art, nor can I sit for 3 hours. But this one, I just wasn't even connecting the lines at first. I just was making shapes, and then they all eventually connect in the end. So, practicing squiggly lines, making some of the lines darker by going over them, thinking of ways to color in my lines. Remember, I can add different patterns. This one I was obsessed with concentric shapes, which means one shape and then the exact same shape a little bit bigger, and they're all inside each other. I really liked that for this particular Zen Tangle, and I spent lots of time on it, really enjoying creating. And then I thought, oh, I could add some words. So I wrote joy to the world. You could add words from your favorite song or maybe your favorite saying into your piece. And it doesn't have to make sense. It'll all join together eventually. Because Zen Tangles are just about following your creative energy and seeing where it takes you. So where is your creativity going to take you with this Zen Tangle? And I've done this activity with so many different humans, different artists, and each person has their own unique style of Zen Tangle. They all look slightly different. So make sure you take the time to really develop yours. And this one I went into just so many details. I took my time and I just did so many tiny lines, and it was really satisfying. I would make sections and then fill them in with different types of lines. You can try this, even if it's just in part of your Zen Tangle. How detailed can you go? Especially if you are someone in the group that's a little bit older, one of the older artists in the group. I really encourage you to see how detailed can you go with your Zen Tangle. How many lines can you add? And remember, we start with different shapes and lines, and eventually we fill our page so that they all touch. And we give ourselves the time and space to do that because it takes a while. Here I started thinking, what if there were trees growing? So then I made almost like winter trees with no leaves, but just lines that kind of look like trees. I had a little bit of symmetry going here. So on one side of the page and the other side of the page, they were a little bit matchy, but that's not necessary. I included this video just to show you how detailed you can take it, but by no means does yours have to look anything like mine. The fun of these is not quite knowing where they're going to go. So you could have a saying in yours, like joy to the world or whatever your favorite saying is. You can add those. And I think that can be fun sometimes to do a little bit of word in your Zen Tangle, but it's not necessary. So this one was super fun. I encourage you to watch the other Zen Tangle videos for some ideas. This one's number 3 because it was the one that took me the longest and was the most detailed. But you could watch all 3 of the videos and take bits of them to create your own. I would really love to see what you're creating. You can get a parent to send me a picture of your Zen Tangle, and if you feel comfortable doing so, I'd love to share it on the Zen Tangle webpage. Have a beautiful day and happy creating. Thank you for spending some time with your inner artist today.